As we start off with our final adventure, the crew of Deep Space 17. With a wedding in the near future, the former crewmates lean on one another from time to time as they progress towards the final horizon. And with the start of this, we will start our adventure with Commander Vogel and a certain someone as they're enjoying their time with a morning breakfast. You're making the effort. All right, with that, I'll I hope everything's to your liking. As the two of you sit in a nice little cottage over a beautiful scenery next to a set of mountains. I will add this is a bit of like so there'll be sporadic time jumps from the previous session.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still on the planet. Can't believe you went through all this trouble to set up this program.
Well, it's one way to spend some time, even though we can't. Well, even though we're light years apart. I just hope it tastes as good on your end as it does mine.
Well, the eggs could use a little bit more salt.
I'll remember that for the future. So, how's life settling in for you on the Colson? It's been what? Well, you've been on the ship for a while. I mean, things settling okay for you?
Yeah, so far so good. Starting to learn the ship, its quirks. So hard to believe they have these old ships, but
Yeah, well, I just wish they would send more to the region. Guess Starfleet's not ready to extend more vessels around this area, given it's only your ship and a Sentry currently, and operating out of 8 different sectors, and well, and whatever the Nightingale's doing.
they're building up that new starbase. I'm surprised they're not sending more of a presence down there.
I guess given everything going on with the Rhinelands currently, their tensions are elsewhere.
I suppose that's true. What have you heard with the Romulans?
Just a lot of internal fighting, from my understanding, but it's got Starfleet on edge. They're worried about another Shinzon. At least that's the answer I get from Nea. I guess she's just as frustrated as myself, especially dividing up the 10th fleet as she has to cross this 150 light year span.
Sorry, what was that?
He was just complaining that, like, though he kind of feels like, you know, how Nea, like, reacts, like, why Nea says things she says. Given, like, the 10th is spread across, several hundreds of, light years.
Any luck on redirecting more ships?
Keller and Nate are doing all they can. All I can do is hope. And I still have to deal with I got 10 more personnel, bringing me up to 68. I guess that's progress.
Still can't believe they're not sending more, especially with that colony.
There's multiple colonies in the region. Nothing about my griping. What about you?
Can't really complain. Captain Solon runs a pretty tight ship.
Um, Speaking of which, the next time you're in ports, I thought maybe we do some horseback riding. If you're interested.
Sounds great.
Well, hopefully, um, future Mrs. Quinix will get her wedding date planned so I can call in that favor.
Reminds me, I think she still asked me to be a bridesmaid or something.
I thought the two of you were in communications. Well,
Well, you know how Garibaldi could be, dropping in and out of communication every now and then.
well, if you hear anything, let me know. Not really fond of last minute uh, agendas.
This is Garibaldi and Faye, after all. When have you ever known them to do things with a plan?
Fair point. Though, my first time in meeting at least one of them, I tried to put him in prison. Well, he avoided me. Still think he tries to avoid me.
Can you really blame them?
Fair point. Well, definitely should try this again another time, but I think I need to get to. I think my time is a lot of time is up. I think the counselor wants her holodeck back.
And I'm sure there's crew members that are eager to try out the new holodeck systems.
Well, this is supposed to be for counseling. I've kind of commandeered it.
Commander's prerogative, I say.
And yeah, he sort of gets up out of habit, takes his dish over to essentially the sink, and goes, oh, and sort of walks over towards you. Till next time.
Yes, this was nice.
And he moves in uh, for a kiss. Be safe as he exit his holodeck.
Now to say computer end program.
Anything you wish to do still a roleplay while you're, on the Coulson?
No, I don't think so.
Garibaldi,
See,
you and Faye are currently running through the busy, or essentially more like a slum area on a planet called Carnavis Prime, where you're chasing currently one another Orion bounty. He is currently roughly about 15 meters away as he ducks into an alley. Faye's motion to keep after him as she's going to circle around and try to catch him in the other side of the alley.
Garibaldi nods while thinking to himself, hey, that was my line. Just before she leaves, he says, don't get shot again.
Say the same goes to you, mister. We have a wedding soon.
Yeah, but there's no Starfleet security to shoot me in the back here.
She just shakes her head as she runs down.
We'll pursue our quarry.
You continue following the guy? The perp?
Yep.
Give me fitness security difficulty of 1.
I'll give you a threat. I'll fish. It didn't help.
You got it. You managed to catch up to him, and he kind of comes to. He didn't follow the path along the alley, but instead it entered into a storage facility.
Well, if I see him head in there, I will recklessly head in before Faye can do it.
Okay.
I'll go in low so the inevitable phaser shot goes over my head.
As you try to as he's running deeper into the storage facility, you kind of lose a bit of sight on him. So give me insight security difficulty 2 to kind of figure out where he's going in the maze of essentially storage lockers and containers.
Oh, you're going to get another threat.
Gain a momentum. You figured out a way, you kind of maneuver your way in towards, and you see him like as he's kind of fumbling through his jacket trying to find something, standing next to a storage locker. What do you do?
I stun him before he can get away. All this running is for the birds.
Control security difficulty. It gave me some threat. Let's go make it 3.
Well, then I'll give you the momentum and 2 threat back because, Oh, might as well fish.
Gain a momentum back. Roll damage.
Ooh, oh. We'll spend that momentum to reroll. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's terrible. Not much better, but there's no more momentum.
Count 7. Yeah, he goes down with a loud thud, and as finally they huffing, hearing from the shot. A few moments later, walks forward, like, "Well, I guess he didn't come around."
He did not, but it'll be a while before he comes around, so he'll be okay.
She moves to put in the essentially the security starts, essentially tying him up. Any
No,
ideas why he head into here?
no. He was looking in this locker. I'll pat him down for a key or an access code or whatever it was he was looking for.
Insight security, difficulty of 2.
You keep asking for threat, and I will give it to you.
Well, I'm spending it, so
Yeah.
gain a momentum. There is a key. Looks like a little, sort of like a data chip or whatever.
Is it the appropriate device to open one of these lockers that he was standing in
Yes.
front of? Well, let's take a quick scan of it for things that might blow up, um, or go badly.
You're scanning the locker.
Yeah, just for explosives or surprises or whatnot. I'm fixing to get married. Probably shouldn't get killed.
Give me a reason security difficulty 1.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a threat so I have a reroll. Ooh, I didn't need it.
Gain 3. Your tricorder indicates that it's shielded, but at least you don't detect any explosives on the door itself. But it does appear to be whatever inside. They're taking great lengths to hide.
Well, let's since I'm not detecting anything dangerous, let's have it. Let's give it an open.
As Faye finishes up tying up your would-be bounty, who's an Orion smuggler, as you put the key card in, and you hear the chime and click as the large door, or well, sort of a door, kind of checks the marks that it can be opened.
Well, let's open this thing up. Be prepared for the wild animal that's going to rush out and run us over.
As you open the door, and as light sort of starts to fill the room, you can see several humanoids sort of squinting and trying to brace their eyes for the sudden exposure to light. As you get a sort of foul smell coming from inside the container. And as Faye's mouth drops, she just kind of lets off like a heavy, deep sigh, like, ugh. Is this guy marked? She kind of takes out her pad and sees if he's marked for human trafficking.
What's inside the unit?
People.
Garibaldi shakes off the momentary temptation to just end the Orion's life. No. And you say people, humanoids of various races, or
Humanoids of various races. Mainly, you can see there's mostly women here.
well, he's even less than happy than he was. What is their? How do they react seeing us? Are they panicky? Are they hiding? They look hopeful. They're all unconscious.
They look a bit scared.
Do you want to say, it's okay. I'm Garibaldi. I'm here to rescue you. And then he will switch his tricorder to medical mode and begin scanning them. As if faces, we probably should get medical condition on these. You want to call for a pickup on our buddy here, or you want to help with the med scan?
Well, considering he's the fourth person that's currently on our ship, we need a bigger jail cell, but we can't take all these. We can't take them with us. The ship's not big enough. But I'll take Mr. Smuggler back and make sure he's tied up. Well, properly restrained.
Question, Jim: are we in Starfleet or Federation space?
You're on the edge of it. Like, technically, Starfleet has no jurisdiction here.
Edge. See if maybe there's a Federation ship nearby. Maybe we get help with. They're always willing to help with transports and things like this. I'll see if I can.
The last time we called for assistance with the Federation ship, they say they'll get to us in 2 weeks.
Well, it's either that or I don't know if if our friend here has a ship we can steal. He had to get here somehow.
That or he was just holding them. And you can tell she's visibly disgusted.
Well, as much as I'd like to shoot this guy again, I need to turn him in. The bounty's a lot for alive, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't suppose he's wanted by the Klingons too, is he?
Unfortunately
That'd be
not.
I'd love to turn him over to the Klingons.
Maybe a reef can help. He's got a big enough ship, right?
Does.
I'll let you talk with him and I'll go take this guy, place him in holding. And she gets out like her stun baton and kind of zaps him to wake him up. As he kind of jolts, like, come, come. Time to get you to your new accommodations. And she just sort of drags him off towards your ship.
Well, Garibaldi's going to check the condition of the trafficked persons, and then do whatever treatment's necessary, and then he's going to try to contact a reef.
Reason medicine, let's make this a difficulty of 2.
Well, I will spend one of my momentums.
Succeed at cost?
Yeah, because I don't have a reroll on the medicine.
From what you can tell, all of them are definitely malnourished. You can tell some of them are probably have various different types of diseases, especially living in conditions such as this. It's really unsure what type of medical treatment would be fitting them right now. It's just because there's so many. You're trying to get a skin on them, and they're all like kind of freaking out, not sure what to do.
All right, what is this world we're on? What is this a backward colony world with no services?
Yeah, it's pretty much a backwards colony world. Very limited services. So you can expect crime to be higher than a typical Federation colony. I mean, well, typical Federation world. There's really not a Starfleet presence here, so it's up to local like law enforcement to take care of things, and they just don't have the infrastructure to deal with um, this.
All right. Well, I'm gonna link my communication device to the ship and attempt to contact a reef. That's a pretty good idea, Faye had. Nothing else, maybe you can contact the Nightingale.
Question is, what is the reef doing?
A reef is about 30 seconds away from closing a deal to purchase GQ's wedding gift. And so as he gets the communication, he's going to grumble to himself, um, hit the button that basically sends GQ a message saying, "We'll call back in a minute," and look to the guy and say, "Come on, I need it. Who else is gonna buy it? You are gonna have it for ever, for as long as your shop lasts. Just all I want is 50 credits off. It's not too bad."
25.
I'll tell you what. You make it 30. I love it, and I take out my wallet. 25. I have to think about it for a day.
Fine, 30.
Done. Sold. I'm gonna make a phone call. You box it up. Don't give me a cheap box, please. This is a wedding gift, so I'll pay extra for. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 20 extra for a nice box. But I'm gonna take a phone call and I'll be back. Just charge it to my account.
As you wish.
What? Many thanks. And walking off, a refill call GQ.
That's ironic since GQ is trying to call him.
Oh, you got a automatic reply that said we'll call back in a minute.
No, if he calls back, then everybody will answer and say, "Well, that was quick."
Oh, it was only just a minute. I just had something I had to finish up, and quite frankly, it was the most important thing of my month. So it's all smooth sailing ahead. Well, Flyboy, you ready to get hitched? Is that today?
It's not today, but I'm probably going to replace your most important thing of the month.
I highly doubt it. What's up?
Still got that ship with plenty of space in it?
Really? You need a place to stay. I can't tell you how happy this makes me.
Actually, I need transport for how many, GM? I need transport for about 20 victims of uh, persons trafficking, mostly women. Probably a little medical care too. A lot of malnutrition here, various illnesses. But Faye and I's ship just isn't big enough for this.
Well, that's unfortunate. I know I'll probably stay out of their way most of the trip and sit near on them. She's a counselor and a doc, so she should be able to do what she can. Where are you? And where are they going?
Garibaldi will tell him where he is. This is just on the edge of Federation space. Where they're going is kind of up to them, but my first suggestion would be a Federation medical facility, someplace with strong social services, so we can find a way to reconnect these connect these folks with their families and return them home.
Well, I'll be honest with you, GQ. Heading all the way back home is probably out of what I'm willing to do for this, and it'll knock me out of getting back in time for your wedding. And quite frankly, that's the second most important thing this month. Um,
Man,
so,
well, this is the most important thing this month. I mean, we're talking 20 people at least. And keep moving. It's hard to get a head count.
well, if nothing else, I can either bring them to a Starfleet medical facility or I can just drop them by the Nightingale. They'll be able to um, patch them up and take care of them too, get them where they need to go.
That's all. That's all I'm asking, Reef, is get them, connect them to the Federation. Let the Federation deal with the rest of it. But some of these folks are in fairly serious need of medical attention. I mean, how fast can you get to Carnivorous Prime?
Well, give me a sec, and he'll check his little wrist piece. And after thinking for a couple minutes, none of which you could see, he'll say, I can definitely get there at the dramatically appropriate time.
Well, any bit of that you can cut down. This isn't the most friendly planet in the world, and I got 4 Orion slavers in holding in my ship that I need to drop off.
You're not going to be there.
No, I'm going to be here, but I'd like to not be here. I like to shorten the length of time I'm going to be here by as much as possible.
I'll see what I can do about, you know, giving the old engines a boost.
Tell me this way: I know how you feel about nonviolence, and every minute I got one of these slavers in my hold is another minute I got to resist killing one of them.
That's fair. And there's a big red button on the comm panel which I haven't pushed yet. I could look it up, but I figured it was more fun this way. I'm guessing it's some sort of overdrive. I'll see what I can do. But if you don't hear from me again, well, don't push that button.
Got it. Well, I will see you at the narratively appropriate time. I'm gonna do what I can. I don't really have the supplies for this kind of medical treatment here, so hurry. Maybe even consider bringing the Nightingale with you.
Um, I would be happy to. I'll forward the coordinates and um, hell, if she could just get there, that would save me a whole bunch of trouble.
Let me know what you can do. I gotta do what I can here. Make a defensible position while I wait. Someplace other than this nasty, dirty storage unit to keep these women.
Okay, I've already agreed to help you, GQ. You don't need to lay it on thick.
Oh, good, because I was about to send pictures next.
Biting down a sarcastic response. Uh, Reef will just say, "See you soon, big guy."
Thanks, Arif. And then Garibaldi's going to go about trying to find a to calm these folks down, so they're get them to the point where they're not scared and be willing to follow Garibaldi, and then begin looking for a place to hold up with them near our ship until Arif arrives.
Yeah, and Arif will head back and grab his gift and thank the person again, tipping him uh, an extra 40 instead of 20 for the box. And he'll he'll both start heading there and I guess send a message to the Nightingale that tell them to go there too.
All right. So Garibaldi gave me a presence command difficulty of 2.
I will spend another one of these beautiful momentums and ask for persuasion as a focus.
Yes. Got it. Yeah, you managed to calm them down as they get a bit more relaxed. Um, in terms of finding a spot, it's gonna be a little difficult. This whole area is not nice.
I understand.
But what kind of area did you have in mind?
I mean, well, preferably close to the spaceport where our ship is,
You're
and
already fairly close to it. It's just I just
someplace, someplace clean with a restroom and a shower. Oh,
I would
someplace better than where they are now, and not where the smugglers' buddies would be looking for them.
I'm assuming someplace that's not gonna attract a lot of attention.
Yes, a replicator would be nice. I know that's probably a big ask, but
Uh go with reason, security, or con difficulty of 5. It's a big
uh,
hard area to find something like that.
okay. Difficulty 5, you say?
Yeah, it's not impossible. It's just really difficult in this location.
I'm not sure I got a focus for something like this. Look, I'm not sure I have a value for something like this. How do I get all the dice? All right, so I'm going to spend the momentum. Actually, I'm going to spend. I'm going to use my join talent to get whatever the appropriate focus is.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be hospitality management. Um, and then I will spend both momentum and then 4 threat to get 5 dice and
Okay.
hope for the best.
Gain a momentum.
Wow, I pulled that off.
You managed to find that's semi close to the spaceport, a out of the way motel. It's not the best place in the world, but they're not going to ask questions. And you think you can get all of them there safely without attracting attention.
Works for me. I will let Faye know what I'm doing, and then start getting my new friends to the safer place.
All right, we're gonna check in with the doctor at his clinic. So, unfortunately, you lose that momentum.
What momentum?
Oh, I delete. Oh no, I didn't. Doctor, just another usual day at your lovely clinic on Niwa. When the doors to your clinic essentially slide open, and you see a woman kind of holding her arm, and you can see blood dripping from her head, where she's got a little bit of a kind of cowboy hat and sort of blue jeans, flannel shirt.
Oh dear.
The doctor in.
I'm right here. I'll step over and cradle her arm appropriately, or keep it against her body until we get to the next bay. Here, have a seat.
Thank you. It's quite a
Here.
walk.
How far away were you? He says as he takes out his scanner.
About 10 kilometers.
10 kilometers.
Oh, I rode here.
I was gonna say. What got you into this? Here, hold this
Oh,
against.
the horse threw me
Oh, okay.
off. Hit some branches on the way down. I think it
Oh,
might
really?
be broken.
It looks pretty serious. Just here. You have a mild sedative, so not sedative, a mild anesthetic to numb it a little bit. While we set it and put it back together for you.
Thank you.
Sure. Yes. Then how may I address you? I'm Dr. Mountain.
Oh, Olivia Newman.
Yes, Olivia. Nice to meet you. Olivia Newman. He notes that down. Um, and whatever information she gave him so far. Um, so you got thrown from, was it an animal you said, or a vehicle?
My horse.
Your horse, okay. Are there a lot of horses on Niwa?
No, they were brought here from Earth.
Well, I didn't mean indigenous necessarily. Which ranch are they at?
That'll
I've
be
been
my
meaning to,
ranch, Doctor.
really? I've been meaning to pick up horseback riding again. I had a chance to do some when I was in Montana back on Earth. But it's been a while.
I'd love to give you a lesson. Unfortunately, today's not my best day for riding.
I wouldn't think today would be the day. But thank you for the offer. Um, you said 10 kilometers or so?
Yes,
Yeah,
ranch is about 10 kilometers away.
Here, take just type in your contact information and we'll get back to you. So, nurse, will you take a look at her head? It seems to be bleeding a little bit. Do the scans indicate anything serious other than the arm?
Her arm is broken. Lacerations from the fall.
Nothing.
At least for like the
Nothing.
generic thing. Like for the head trauma, that's going to be a reason plus medicine diff 1 roll.
Sure. I would use that momentum, but I don't have any. But would imaging systems be a focus? It's not emergency medicine per se.
Yeah, imaging systems will gain 2. Yeah, like the scans on her forehead, she's a little concussed. Though she's very lucky that she could have probably been even more seriously injured from the fall.
Okay.
Yeah, she does have a laceration on her forehead, kind of where she hit her head.
Yeah. Frola, will you start the dermal regenerating process on some of those lacerations, and I'll get this arm set. He gets a splint and appropriate thing to hold it in place while he mends the bones. And so, what kind of horses do you have? He says, trying to distract her.
Mainly Mustangs.
Yeah, that's great. How hard is what is a herd? How big is your herd? Is a herd? What do you call a horses group? It's not a gaggle. That's geese. Herd's cows,
I
right?
have about 10 or so horses.
10.
Was technically breaking a new one, and well, she threw me through a loop. So
Well, you could have hurt yourself a lot worse. But
it's not the first time I've been thrown from a horse. Won't be the
I
last.
think, luckily for you, your arm took the brunt of it. Unfortunately, I'm glad it was not your head. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I would say the ground took the brunt of it. It was just merely myself bracing to hit the ground, but
Yeah. Gravity is swell. The closer you are to a planet, the bigger the gravity. I don't know. Anyway, this your arm should doesn't look like it's broken the skin or anything, and yeah, it should be easy to sit. Um, yeah, Olivia, right? You can call me Zach, Zachary.
nice to meet you,
You too.
Zachary.
Anyway, so you should be up in a jiff. I wouldn't probably put too much stress on it. Probably let it relax for a couple days. Perhaps not do the Mustang tomorrow. Wait another day.
I'll just get Harold to break her in.
Yep, there you go.
To kind of fix her arm and be a control medicine diff 1.
I'll use one of those momentums this time. Is it surgery
No,
or emergency medicine?
probably
Sort of like
emergency medicine. I'll take emergency medicine.
okay.
Or first aid. We re-roll the comp.
Why did it roll? I must have hit it a
It
couple
rolled.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, take the first
It's-
one, and then I meant to re-roll with one. So take any of the. I don't care.
I usually take the first result, but yeah, 4 momentum gained. So you should be up at 5 total. Well, Doc, I feel better already.
Well, if you have any bumps and bruises, come down to the clinic. We'll help out.
Well, I'll try not to be in your care for. Well, I'll try not to
There's
make
no,
this a habit.
yes. There's no nice way to say I don't want to see you very much, except at least professionally. Uh, anyway, so yes. What was the name of your ranch again? You said 10 kilometers away. I would actually be interested in taking not lessons, but I don't know if you have non wild Mustangs to ride.
Oh, we have plenty of horses that you'd be able
Okay.
to ride if you want. It's the Newman Ranch, about 10 kilometers from here.
What was the ranch again?
The Newman Ranch, it's
Newman.
a little pet project of my brother's and mine.
Awesome.
Feel free to visit anytime.
I'll take you up on that. I still have a few hours here, but I'll check in the next day or two, maybe tonight. Who knows? I gotta check my schedule anyway. But thank you. I really appreciate the offer. I'm actually kind of excited to. Horses. Have you had any problems with the indigenous life forms? I've heard sometimes it might be
Occasionally, sometimes they
occasionally.
creep in,
Yeah,
but
they can be pretty reckless. Then
that's what
say that
weapons are
again.
for. That's what weapons are for.
Yeah. Yeah,
Also, the sonic deterrents do a good job at it too.
yeah, they do. It keeps them away for the most part. But you're far enough away from the settlement to probably be pretty wild out there yourselves. You have farmland out there, or just horses?
It's just a ranch.
It's a ranch. Good answer. Anyway, I don't want to keep you. You should be good to go. Uh, Let me know if you have any pain or anything, or any itching may happen, but it should be fine. Um, yeah, nice to have met you, Olivia Newman.
Yes. Olivia Newman. It's nice to meet you, Zachary.
Thank you,
Please. And also just Olivia's fine.
Olivia. Yes. Have a good day.
And she gets off the bio bed and heads over exit, and you can hear the trotting of a horse as she heads back home.
Huh? Horses. What do you make of that, Frola?
I'm surprised you haven't heard of the ranch yet, Doctor. It's been here for a while.
I don't get out much. You should probably know that. I'm in the office a lot. Yes. I think I might do that. Got any plans coming up?
I do not.
We should go check out that noodle bar.
Again,
How about someplace not the noodle bar? You pick. I'll buy. Don't worry. I think I have some credits left. I hope the Federation treats veterans pretty well. Nice pension program, that kind of thing.
guess you need to uh, check on that, doctor. Um,
Well, if a broken arm's the wildest it gets around here today, I'll be happy. You get to do more research, and it's good. I don't have as much access as I used to have, so I have to recreate from memory. But you know, there's time yet to figure this out. He looks out the window, see if there's any customers, as it were, patients waiting. If not, he'll say, "Hey, why don't we close up early a little bit and go grab that meal?"
Fro's like, okay.
I haven't walked too far from city center, town center, I guess. But are there any good places to eat around the way?
There's this thing called a crab shack.
Crab Shack. I heard that was like an Earth thing. I don't remember. I mean, crabs obviously, but a shack. I mean, it must be open air or something because shacks are usually rickety. Maybe it's just a name. Sounds great. Let's go. Do they have crustaceans on this planet? Must have something.
I believe they do.
Sounds delightful. That's one of the things I missed on when I was growing up at Vega Colony. I didn't have as much. I had imported, but it wasn't the same. At least what I could get my hands on, anyway. Oh, that reminds me. So he takes out a pad and plays his go turn. It's been probably a week and a half or so. Maybe not that long. I don't know the time frame, but about that.
Really? You kept me waiting for that long?
I was busy.
You weren't even angry with me.
I wasn't. I was just setting up a clinic.
Excuses.
So yeah, anything else you wish to do, Doctor?
If you want to do a time jump a little bit, we could do the ranch thing. When I go visit the ranch and go riding, or we can do that another time. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll
Unless
say
you-
a couple days pass and you managed to head over to the Newman Ranch. As you head into the ranch, you see, typical, barn, and sort of like a pen area where there's a bunch of horses.
Sonic repulsors.
Those are off in the distance, not to scare the horses. And you see, Olivia goes, "Oh, Zachary."
Olivia, a pleasure. That's a good hike. Unless I got an Uber or something. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure you can have some sort of speeder or something to get around
Ooh,
a little
speeder
bit.
bikes. Let's do this.
Yeah. So you here for that lesson?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sure. Sounds great. Why don't you show me around a little bit?
Well, my pleasure. And she walks you through the grounds. There's a lot of open field, or open, areas for grazing. Um, there's like a short pen to where they sort of try to break in the horses. Um, and yeah, you see, roughly around, five or so, 5 to 6 different horses, around five or more horses. At least in the grazing part.
Oh, they're so majestic. They give me comfort. I call them comfort horses. I just
Well,
yeah.
well, these are for the locals and others, visitors who wish to embark on a little bit of horseback riding or a little camping adventures. We do rent
Sounds
them
fun.
out.
Great. Uh, sign me up.
Well, follow me, and she leads you towards the barn, where she takes out one of the horses that's currently in its pen and starts, putting the saddle together.
Well, look at you. Then he watches closely and what parts go where and stuff.
And once she's got the saddle rigged up, she grabs the horse by the reins and sort of starts leading the horse out. All right, Doctor, you said this is not your first ride?
Yes, it might be my third.
Sure. Oh, well. Look at you, already an expert.
See, there you go.
And it's like, well, she motions, hop on up.
All right. I'll do it how Sarah showed me. Put your foot in the stirrup, stick your leg over. Don't go too far.
Give me a fitness con diff 1.
I do not have a focus. Why not? I'll take a momentum for extra die. Did I need it? Yep, I needed it. I don't have a reroll.
There's a complication.
For comedic purposes, I'll let it stand. But I'm
For the
successful, right?
complication, you get on the horse, but you find yourself that you're facing the wrong end accidentally for the
And you
complication.
stick your leg this way, and then
She starts
there.
giggling. Why don't you just calm down.
Do I go back the same way or do I do it opposite way so I'm facing the right way? I'm not
I'll
sure.
leave you off the
Here.
horse, no matter which way you go.
Oh, well.
Just try not to kick the horse. I think you want to get from them.
Let's go. Actually, could I maneuver to try to turn around so I'm facing the right way?
Oh, fitness con diff 2?
All right, I'm definitely going to use an extra die. And wait, I'll do 2 momentum and 1 threat just to cover all my bases and drown me in my sorrows. I'm getting down off the horse, apparently.
As you try to maneuver around, you end up falling to the ground, and while you don't sustain any injuries yourself, Olivia kind of like was like, are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm a doctor. I didn't break my head, so I'm doing good.
Well,
Sorry, maybe it's only my second time. Anyway, yes, I'm down now. He dusts himself off. He has sort of a checkered, red and white shirt, and he has the sort of appropriate cowboy style boots, which he isn't walking in properly, I guess. But and he has he has like a duster and a chaps and on his jeans and whatever.
why don't I help you saddle up?
That I would appreciate that. Yes, Olivia. Yes.
Fitness con difficulty 0.
I still should roll it because of
Yeah,
my
just in
elective
case for
skill.
complication.
Fitness con difficulty 0. Just gonna free roll it, I guess. Maybe less dice
Gain
and better.
2 momentum as you finally get it right. Is because like see that wasn't so hard.
That's what it was. You were holding the bridle so I wouldn't move the horse while I was trying to get up, and then turn the wrong way. Thank you.
And she gives you the reins. Well, she hands you the reins as she gets another horse out, and which has already been saddled up and hops on. It was
Like she's always done it.
yeah,
There she-
she's done it like a million times. All right, Doc.
That's okay. That's a good. Now I'll try to remember that next time.
All right, Doc, just gently nudge the horse to get him to start going forward.
Let's go. I give a little heel. I don't have any spurs. That would be rude. How about I just a little bit on the side
And yeah,
and a little of the reins.
and yeah, give me a control con diff 1.
Yeah.
Gain a momentum. And yeah, you once you get a hold of the reins, you expertly, start trotting along like you done this before. It's like
This is like a mixed metaphor because it's like riding a bicycle, but it's riding a horse.
well, they do tend to steer themselves.
That is a little better than the bicycle, I must say. What's this one's name? Yeah, pats them on the neck.
You're gonna make me come up with names.
Silver. I don't know. You don't have to come up with names. I make a conversation.
That would be Frederick.
Frederick. Nice to meet you.
The horse I'm riding is Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. Nice to meet you. He tips his hat.
And yeah, the two of you sort of start riding along, sort of on the outer edge of the ranch.
It's beautiful country out here.
Almost reminds me of Earth sometimes, up until you see the three suns.
Well, if you squint a little bit, it's all blurred together. It makes it one big one. Whereabouts on Earth is your family from?
Iowa.
Iowa, nice. I'm surprised you don't have cornfields. That's what they're famous for, right? Or is it wheat? Maybe it's cotton. No. I think it's corn. Or is that Nebraska?
You're thinking of Indiana.
Indiana? Oh, maybe it's potatoes. Isn't it Iowa potatoes? I don't remember. I don't pay attention to all the imports and exports and stuff. Anyway, well, I appreciate you taking some time out to give me a tour of the area, riding some horse.
Anyhow, you kind of walk, trot along the around their property, getting the feel for the horse. And as the two of you head back to the barn, return the horses back to their pen. Well, Zachary, you are more than welcome to stop by anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you mean to brush them down?
I think we'll take care of that.
That's fair. Well, the next time you're in town, make sure to stop by the clinic. Also, not on a professional basis, so that well, I mean, I'll help you, of course, but I don't want to see you injured again. Is all I'm saying, I guess.
Well,
Anyway,
next time in town, I'll make sure to bring some of that Iowa corn.
corn. Was I right?
Chuckles.
Check.
Just FYI, corn is grown in most farm states. So
He was bound to get one of them right. I am aware personally, but he's not from Earth, so. Anyway, Olivia, I appreciate your time. Have you tried the noodle bar? I hear it's pretty good. I had to throw it in.
unfortunately, I have not tried the noodle bar. I'll have to give it a shot next time I'm in. Maybe you can show me.
Sure, sounds great. Crab Shack's pretty good too. I had it the other day.
See, now you're talking my language.
All right. Well, it's on. Next time you're in town.
Till next time, Zachary.
Olivia, take care. It's been a pleasure.
She just tips her hat.
He bows a little and tips his hat and moseys away.
All right, I'm gonna cut over to a reef. So, Reef, you got the present. The call came in. I'm assuming you're heading to the planet.
Yes, with all convenient speed.
You're not too far, but it does take you, better part of the day to get there. And you arrive in orbit.
First thing I'll do is try to call GQ.
Um, on the surface.
I would hope so.
No. I'm sorry. Back on the surface. um,
Oh, my fault.
You've arranged a few rooms. It's cost you a little bit to get the rooms for at least to hold the current occupants as they all got cleaned up and everything. And you've been over comms with Faye as she put the fourth individual in the holding cell, which is literally a very small room cramped with four Orion smugglers or pirates. And she's kind of goes like, "Do you want to go with the beach venue or the lake? I can't decide."
I'm partial to lakes. There's a beach for the wedding and the lake for the honeymoon. Maybe why not do both?
So the lake venue for the wedding and the beach for the honeymoon.
I'm thinking the other way around, but whatever you prefer.
I mean, you don't want to go to Ryza, but there is New Atlantis, and they got a lot of ocean. We could go sailing. I also heard that they did a recreation of Atlantis underwater that we could visit, and do some scuba diving.
Sounds like fun. I've heard good things about New Atlantis. And it's not as touristy yet as Rice is.
It's the perfect time to get going. It's the perfect time to visit.
Well, that's settled. New Atlantis then.
And beach for the wedding. Or are we going with the lake?
Let's do the beach for the wedding. People like the beach. It'll be attractive for our guests. They'll be busy enjoying the beach while we sneak out. Sounds like a perfect plan.
Well, then it's settled. I just now need to pick out flower arrangements.
Isn't that Sarah's job?
Well, I'm about to go talk to her, so hopefully Arif will arrive soon so he could make you less preoccupied. I'm getting a little jealous you being there with all those women.
Ah, I only have spots for you. I'd like a reef to get here sooner, just in case our guest buddies show up.
And about that time is when your your communicator interrupts you.
Garibaldi's bed and breakfast on Cornavis Prime. This Garibaldi may help you.
Room service, I heard you ordered a savior.
I did. That did come with a side of French fries, though, right?
I have replicators.
I have 20 new guests for you.
22 would be my preference.
Well, two of us have got a drop off to make before we head to New Atlantis.
What's in New Atlantis?
Vacation. Oh, I suppose we should get married first. Know any good beaches?
Am I not invited?
Of course you are.
Then hush up with your done talk. Uh why don't I follow you? You make your drop off. We drop these ladies off and then round everyone up and get you hitched.
Sounds like a plan to me. We gotta kid. Faye's gotta call Sarah. Get those bridesmaid things, flowers and whatever arranged.
Yeah, I
You, gonna
don't
be,
need that.
you coming down here? Or you gonna beam these ladies up?
I don't particular yeah. I don't particularly feel the need to go down there. After all, I already took a shower today.
Well, you definitely would need one after coming down here.
Then it's settled. Why don't you tell them or why don't you prepare them for transport? I'll take care of it when the time comes, and hey, I'll follow you.
Well, give me 5 minutes, because my fiance would like to get out of here. Neither one of us like this planet very much.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And Garibaldi will tell the ladies, your ride, your transportation has arrived. If all of you will please stand in groups of 5, we'll begin transporting you up and get you off to a Federation facility, so we can find ways to get you home and better medical care than I can provide here. Hey, Arif, beam them up, Scotty.
Well, I guess you are old enough to know that reference.
At least part
And
of me is.
oh, that's fair. I wonder if I'll ever figure out which part I like better. I guess I'll find out eventually.
Huh. I suppose you can meet very different versions of me as time goes by.
Oh, I plan to. I'll meet them all. Energizing.
Um, control plus engineering difficulty 2,
Okay.
and there's a
Uh,
assist from your ship. Of course, I don't think I made
um,
stats for it, so
no, that's fair. Let's see if we need an assist before worrying about that. Um, any chance I can? No, I can't. Oh, any chance that knowing his own deficiencies and though crew member um, Arif made holographic crew and just order someone, making it a presence command?
sure. Still div 2.
Fair enough. One momentum, please.
Actually, it's probably a control command, but
Oh, do you want me to reroll?
no, it's fine. Yeah, you succeed, and the first batch is away.
Got him. You weren't lying about that shower.
Yep. Three more batches to go, and we can make like a tree and leaf.
You're still a little too young for that one. Energizing. And I, I guess I should ask this time around leadership as a focus. Wait, do I have leadership? Sorry, I don't have leadership. Team dynamics.
Yeah, control command. Diff 2. Sure, I guess I'll take team dynamics.
Take a momentum, or I'll use momentum.
Got it. Second group.
I'm not liking these margins.
They're not very good.
No. Okay. Reef's gonna notice that the transporter operator is looking a little nervous, and he's gonna stop the banter with GQ as he gives the guy a little bit of room to you know, center himself. And the Reef's simply gonna say, taking up the next batch now, and one more momentum.
Hey, gain 2.
Okay, now we're feeling better. All
Alright,
right. I think one more.
one more.
Noticing,
It's starting to get a little
noticing.
crowded on your ship.
I know that's a good point. Ladies, 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 listen, please. I've got one more to transport. One more group of you to transport. Then I'll show you your temporary lodgings. I'm sorry, I can't offer you a huge amount of comfort, but what I can offer you is endless food and drink. And, well, as long as I'm not in trouble, you're not in trouble. So I believe you have safety at the moment. So please just calm down, settle down, um, and hold on a minute and energize. Um, and I'll be honest, I'm feeling after that speech, I really don't want to screw this up. So, two momentum and a threat. Get rid
Well,
of
gain
vacation.
4. So, squash.
Oh, yeah.
So, gain 2. As the last group is beamed up.
Alrighty, ladies, I'm not going to make the same speech twice, so you're going to have to get it from the rest of your friends later. But needless to say, if you could all follow me, um, well, I'll be honest, I'm pretty much putting you all in one big room, but you won't be here long. We're going to be transporting, or I'm going to be transporting you to a safe Federation medical facility. If there's any reason any of you do not want to be in that situation and do not want to go there, please come to me privately over the next several hours. Um, my name's Arif, and welcome to my ship. Let's go. And he's gonna head out.
You gonna talk to Garibaldi before you get underway, or
Um, I don't think so. I'm waiting for him. I'm basically gonna tell him. So, I suppose I'll GQ. I've got them all aboard, and ready to take off when you are.
Fantastic. Faye and I will be in orbit in just a few minutes.
Excellent.
Garibaldi, give me insight security diff 1.
I will give you the thread just so I can fish for momentum.
Game 2. You find like in the sort of hotel room as you kind of do like a last minute sweep before you head over back to the spaceport to meet up with Faye, and you notice that there's a communicator that got left behind, an old, Orion communicator.
Is it active?
Nope. But with that, we're gonna go to the next scene.
Oh, that feels like a momentum loss.
Vocal.
Yes.
Uh, Currently you're in your off hours. You get a subspace call from Faye.
Ooh, sorry, coughing fit.
You get a subspace call from Faye.
Hey, Faye.
Hello, Sarah. I'm glad. Hopefully, I only have to do this once. So I think I narrowed down the dress, but I'm stuck on these flower arrangements. I can't decide between the. And she sort of throws you a list. Oh, we decided to do a beach wedding.
Well, if you're going beach wedding, you would want tropical plants.
So the tiger lilies.
Sure. I have no idea what tropical flowers are.
Or the well.
So you could go with an assortment of like lilies. You could go with hibiscus, amaryllis.
I do like the lilies. She says.
Maybe an assortment of oranges and blues.
Would that go with your bridesmaid's dress? Maybe we picked the wrong color for that. Think it's too late to change it.
I mean, anything's just a replicator away, so. Unless you're going to go with Tholian silk.
It's a little too expensive. Especially as they have to be, the way they have to be tailored. I just don't think that'd be in time.
So many times have you changed decisions on colors, on locations so far?
I don't want to count because it's a lot at this point, and I just need to decide now. You know what? Maybe it's just best you decide. I keep changing my mind, and I should put this in your hands.
You're the bride. It's your decision.
You can kind of see her like be sort of like daunting in the back of her mind. All right, let's go with the assortment of lilies with a few of those other suggestions you made, and then how about um blue for your gown? Sort of match the ocean.
It should be fine.
And as I sort of continue talking a little bit about the arrangements, she kind of stops and moves over to the console. Is like, this is not right. And she moves over, and you hear a loud explosion rock as the comms start shuddering. It's like, how'd you get out? And they go dark as you lose communications.
Faye? Do I know where they were calling from?
The system in question, yes. System called is I can't even say it for some reason. Like my brain gets stuck, even though I came up with the name a long time ago. It's uh Conarvis, Narvis, something along those lines. I wrote it on chat on Discord for you guys.
Were they in a system? Were they on a ship?
She was on her ship, from what you could tell.
How far is that from our current from Colson's current location?
Um, for momentum.
Sure.
About 15 light years.
On a ship this low, that's a long time.
I mean, the Coastal can do warp 9.2, but yeah, it still takes a bit.
Was it like a week? A few days?
No, it shouldn't be. For the sake of the game, speed of plot, really.
Alright, I guess I go pay a visit to Captain Solon then.
Yes, Commander.
Sorry, coughing fit. Captain, I have reason to believe that a starship may be that a spaceship belonging to a personal friend may be in danger. I lost communication with them after an explosion rang out across the comms channel.
The eyebrow goes up. Explain.
Wish I had more to go on, Captain. I was communicating with this individual and I saw and heard an explosion on their end. And I have been unable to raise communications with them since.
Are we within reasonable distance to render assistance?
They are currently in the Carnarvus Prime system, roughly speed of plot away.
It is just outside of Federation jurisdiction. However, it is not outside of our current patrol zone. Helm, plan a course and engage at maximum warp.
Aye, sir.
And in fact, I will take the position myself.
Garibaldi, as you pick up the communicator, it starts beeping.
Garibaldi would do his best Orion imitation and answer it while heading towards the ship.
I presume this is the individual who's been, well, caused me such a great deal of upsets among my operations.
What's wrong? My Orion not good enough?
I would assume you were going to find the communicator. In fact, I made sure of it.
You now, the probable way that happened occurs to Garibaldi, and he begins running. What can I do for you?
You have 3 days to free the Ferengi role and bring him to me. I will be in contact soon, or your beloved will perish. And the communications closes.
Well, good. Now that he doesn't have to talk, Garibaldi can redouble his efforts to get to the ship quickly.
You get to the ship. You look. It looks like there's appears to be some smoke coming from inside of it.
He's going to resist the temptation to yell out to Faye, because that would spoil the element of surprise. He will draw his phaser and try to quietly move in, looking for the source of the flame at anyone out of place.
You the shuttle. I mean, well, it's about a runabout size, so it doesn't take long to kind of go through it. You go in there, you notice that essentially part of the internal, like there's a small section of fire in the her ship, and though you don't find anyone in there. Like it's sort of like a component fire. Like if it's not taken care of, it'll get worse and destroy the ship. But
He will try to reach Faye on his communicator.
you get static.
Gonna go through the internal sensor, see if we can get an idea of what happened.
Reason or insight plus security diff 1. I'm assuming you put out the fire.
Yeah.
Be a momentum.
That's your threat pool, so I can get a reroll, and then I will use it.
Gain a momentum.
Yep.
On the security logs, Faye was talking with Vogel after she was done talking with you, and the internal security indicates because somehow they got access to a component within their cell, and they managed to disrupt the security field, escape, grab a phaser and essentially abduct her. To make the long story short.
All right. So Mirabelle is going to attempt to use the communicator to backtrack the communication to its source.
Give me control engineering difficulty of 3, complication range 3.
Okay, I'm going to give you a momentum because I read a book on this once.
Okay.
Difficulty 3, you said.
Difficulty 3, comp 3.
Okay. I'm going to spend all 3 of those momentum on extra dice. Seriously. Um,
Does the roll stand?
yeah, I'm trying to think if I got a value I can spend here to re-roll those 3. You go with my standby of risk taking the pursuit of knowledge.
I'll take it. Succeed, but there's a complication.
There's nothing I can do about it.
You narrow the communication. It took a little bit for you to kind of, the way it was encoded to figure out, but you narrow the communication to where it's, you don't pinpoint exactly where it's at, but you pinpoint that it's in the Asteria system, or sorry, Asteria system in the Asteria sector. But you're not sure what planet it's at in that system.
And where's the Ferengi at?
The Ferengi is the one you technically put into custody a couple months ago. Who is on essentially Dilia 3, where he was found, selling essentially weapons illegally on the world.
Yeah, if he's in custody, there's a lot of laws to break to get him out. This this world this system that I've tracked the signal back to, is it in Federation space?
No.
Shot.
In fact, I'll throw us on the map. I don't know why it's taking to load on my other browser. Forever. So yeah, currently you're up here. The transmission emitted from in this area of space. Right around in here.
Klingon ambassador still on Niwa?
Yeah, they actually had a sort of place on the surface, so yeah.
All right, so your boy's going to head towards where he traced the signal to, but he's since I'll never have a chance to do it again, I'm going to call in my favor with that Klingon ambassador and ask him to send me an assault squad. commando team, whatever the Klingons call it.
That would be a hard ask, even for the favor.
Asking for whatever help he can send me.
He could probably send you intel on the system.
I'll take what I can get.
The intel he gives you is there's only one habitable planet in the system, Asteria Prime. It's currently fallen to crime lords due to the Klingon pirate issue from the previous year. There's no longer any major government control over that colony. Instead, it is now broken up into different sort of the planet's kind of there's really only like a sort of a small city, and it is now broken up like into different regions that are all controlled by different criminal organizations on the surface.
Well, I'm sure from the from the internal scans, I know that Faye was talking to Vogel. En route to my destination, I will attempt to contact the Coulson.
You gonna leave a reef hanging?
Oh yeah, he's still in the system. I forgot he was still here. And which it makes sense in Garibaldi's panic. He would probably forget about a reef, but the ship would come out. As he reaches orbit, goes, "Oh yeah, a reef."
No, I guess you're gonna talk to Volga first, right?
Yeah.
Well, also a reef is just waiting to follow your ship anyway, so there's not really.
Well, that's true. I could be en route, and a reef would be following me.
A reef is pretty much following you.
I would say right now, Reef, you kind of know the area a little bit. You realize Garibaldi is not heading towards a Federation planet. Just FYI.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I know GQ. I'm a little curious as to what's going to come next, so I'm just waiting patiently. But I'm dropping back a little bit because got to stay out of danger myself.
The officer goes, Captain, we're receiving a hail from a small Federation scout ship marked towards Commander Vogel.
Interesting. Do you wish to take the call, Commander?
Yes, Captain. It may be related.
On screen. It's not even going to be the new, more jovial token.
Yeah, it won't take. I had that problem earlier, and I revert to your old one. Not in a Starfleet uniform, you see clinics appear on screen.
Sarah. Sorry, Captain, whoever you are.
Slow down, Garibaldi. What's up?
They got her.
Who is they?
whoever's behind all these Orion pirates, we've been causing trouble for the last 6 months. Sure, it's one of the syndicate groups. They're in the somewhere, fairly certain they're somewhere in the Shishwa. What's the name of that system? The Asteria system. Headed there now as fast as this little shuttle can push its engines, but I figure internal sensor said she was on the line with you when she was attacked.
Yeah, I thought she was on her ship in the Canarvis Prime system.
We were. I was babysitting some traffic people that Arif picked up for me a little while ago. I should probably tell him where we're going since he's following me. Yeah, they're demanding I turn over a Ferengi that I captured about 2 months ago. But that guy's in a holding cell. Yeah. It'd probably be I'd probably have to spend most of my honeymoon in a prison cell myself if I were to go break him out.
Kind of trouble did you get yourself into this time, Garibaldi?
Wouldn't be a problem if I'd gotten myself in trouble. But that's something with the Orion syndicates again, I'm sure. I don't know why I can probably guess, several guesses why they're interested in a Ferengi weapons merchant, who I think Faye would be very disappointed in me if I let that guy out just to get her. But yeah, so there's one habitable world in that system. I've been told it's full of nothing but pirates and criminals and warlords. Fun place. But I thought since you were talking to Faye, you'd want to know what's going on. Sure could use some help. At least help from a ship with better sensors than, well, I got pretty good sensors. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's going on. It's outside Federation space, so I don't know how much help you can be.
Well, that would be a question for the captain here.
Someone will kind of take a quick look and to see when's the last time the Federation made a survey of that system.
"18 months ago, sir."
I believe that initial surveys are sometimes flawed. Logic suggests that we follow up to ensure that the original survey didn't miss anything. Would you not agree, Commander?
I think that is a very logical course of action, Captain.
I agree. Alter course. Bring us out of warp outside the system. I'm sure that any criminal forces in the area will flee like zealots at the appearance of a Federation starship.
Understood, Captain. Altering course.
My thanks to your captain, Garibaldi says. By the way, when you meet us there, and this may help your captain with justification, Arif is behind me with 20 trafficking victims crammed into his ship. So he could probably call it on a relief mission in his logs. Speaking of which, I should probably tell Arif where we're going and why. I'll see you there in a few hours.
Yes, let's go rescue your bride to be.
We would both appreciate it. We'll call it your wedding gift. And
Saves
Garibaldi
me the
will-
trouble of replicating one.
Anyway, I got to talk to Arif, and then Garibaldi will call Arif while replicating a compression rifle.
Hi.
Arif, slight change of plans.
I noticed.
So, I can't do this flippantly today. Damn syndicate got Faye. While I was babysitting those traffic persons, they attacked the shuttle.
See, I assume we're getting her back.
That's where we're headed. Sarah's new ship. The one with the Vulcan captain. The Coulson. They're meeting us outside the city. We're meeting me outside the city. I guess us. Be a convenient place for you to drop off those refugees.
Works for me.
Then could use some help rescuing my bride.
Absolutely. I
Well,
will. I'll fly this ship right into the building that's housing her if needed.
if she's in it, that would probably be bad for her. I've got equipment to replicate. I'll see you there in a few hours.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
And then Garibaldi's going to replicate the armor and a Type 3 compression rifle and a big knife.
Well, the Coulson will probably arrive sooner or first. On your quick turnaround, it didn't, you were actually probably a lot closer to that system than you were to the other system. So you're probably several hours ahead of Garibaldi. What do you wish to do?
Solon will say to the operations, give me a scan of the system. Helm, put us behind that small moon on the edge of the system. Let's not announce our presence.
Aye, sir.
Generic scan of the system will be control or reason science, Div 2. Assisted by sensor science from the ship, which gets a success.
Who's even gonna roll that?
I figured if it's under a certain number, it's probably a success. So
I like fives. I can try. You said control science?
control plus science, or reason plus science. Div 2. So you just need to get a success.
I'll roll it from Salon sheet. Not the best stats in the world, but
I mean, all in all, Vogel's still built to be a science officer.
I mean, Volga could do the scan.
Apparently, Salon's the command chair failed. You know, these old ships.
I mean, you're having an NPC crew do it. I mean, it's just less. It's 1 through 15. Anything under a 4 is considered a crit.
Somebody roll 2 die 20. Someone not named me is. Dice are not my friend. There's one.
Well, you got the 1, so that's 2. So you do get successful. I'm reading 8 planetoids. 1 class M planet. Second planet in orbit. It currently it has 2 moons. 2 class J's, and the rest are class D's.
Could probably use those Class J's to hide our signature, Captain.
Agreed. Proceed with caution, Commander.
Setting course. So yeah, I would plan to maneuver the ship to orbit of one of the Class J's to use its gravity to hide our signature. Because those are gas giants, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Jupiter class. Oh, they're essentially Jupiter size.
Yeah.
Captain, I am detecting 1 Orion barge vessel entering the system.
See what you can learn from that about that vessel without giving away our presence.
Reason plus engineering, difficulty 2.
That's a roll Salon could make.
Ship succeeds.
Well, let's spend a threat for the heck of it.
Gain of momentum, there's a complication.
Not really anything I can do about it.
The scans, it is a heavily armored, essentially Orion cruiser. It's technically the classification. So scale 4. It it's kind of your typical Orion ship. You do have a high resolution sensors on the Coulson, so you should be able. You do have a free question. But it does not look like it's taken any sort of battle damage recently. But her engines have been running hot for several hours. She's been at warp or high warp for a while.
Does the scan show anything out of the ordinary about the crew? Species that don't belong on an Orion ship?
That would be a different scan.
Oh. Okay. Weapons?
A mixture of disruptors and phaser banks.
That was not the question I should have asked. Probably won't help, but obtain information, spend to get the transponder code off the ship, and match it with Starfleet security files.
Um, for a momentum spend?
Yeah.
Sure. The security Starfleet intelligence flagged this vessel belongs to an Orion pirate by the name of Tasha, who has connections with the Orion a faction within the Orion Syndicate, and dealings with an Orion named Rex, who was recently captured by the Coulson a couple months ago.
XO, didn't we arrest the captain of that ship?
I believe you did, sir.
No, it not. That's not. It's the captain is free. It's the
Oh,
person
the
who's in
ship is
command.
owned by.
No, the person who owns the ship has ties to the person you captured.
Oh.
Yep.
Sorry. Commander Vogel, see if you can backtrack, trace that ship's path, and backtrack its origin point. Operations. Let's keep an eye on that vessel and its destination.
Sir, they're altering course, and that is the complication. They're moving away from the Asteria Prime planetoid.
Any indication that they detected us?
Possibly detected our sensor ping.
Can you project their new destination?
So to backtrack where the ship came from, that's a separate role from where they potentially might be heading.
I figured. No, we'll have Vogel do one and the operations or science officer do the other.
There's kind of the same role, but it's gonna be reason plus con div 2. There's assist from the Coulson. No success on the first and no success on the second.
Vogel has that con score.
Stellar cartography or astrophysics for focus.
Yeah.
Take a threat.
You do get like a reroll with you have computer expertise.
Oh, it's like computer's con. Okay.
Yeah, it's a computer's con.
I'll reroll mine.
You
said
get
it's
it.
2, right?
Yeah, Dipto. You do succeed on the first roll. You backtrace the vessel appeared to come from the essentially Carnvalis system. The system where Faye and Garibaldi were at.
How can you extrapolate their current course?
That is another roll. Div 2 still. Reason con. Or insight con.
Same focus.
Yeah.
Take a threat.
Gain the momentum.
Reroll the ship.
Okay.
Oh,
Stupid ship.
You still succeed. There's a complication, though.
I don't think there's anything we can do about it. So
The vessel's course is erratic, but you believe they might be headed towards an asteroid field. Potentially, there's a couple mining outposts in that area.
Looks like they might be heading toward one of these mining outposts, Captain.
security officer, are there any security alerts for that ship? Or any known members of its crew?
Only its captain. But the vessel hasn't been operating in Federation space.
We would be on fairly weak legal grounds. Commander, do you have any suggestions?
Sorry, girlfriend Echo. I missed what was happening in the last 30 seconds.
Oh, ship is headed towards asteroid belt where there are some mining stations, and so while there's a security tag out for the ship's captain, we are outside of Federation space, so we're kind of on shaky legal ground. And Solon has asked for suggestions.
Well, sir, if we believe that they have kidnapped a Federation citizen, I believe we are still within our jurisdiction to try to mount a rescue attempt.
See, they have come from the station, come from the system where the kidnapping took place. Our scans will show that they were running their engines beyond normal parameters, and our presence seemed to spook them. A good JAG officer should be able to spin that in a probable cause. Do you know of any, Commander?
I do, sir.
ETA on our civilian clinics?
A few hours.
Oh.
Fairly easy to disappear in an asteroid field in a few hours. Commander, plot an intercept course and engage.
Aye, sir.
Control con difficulty 2, assisted by engines con.
And let's overtake them before they get to the asteroid field.
2 from the ship.
What did you say? Control con?
Controller daring con.
Use the momentum.
Gain 2 momentum. As you quickly do a warp jump to the Orion cruiser, as the Coulson gets right on top of it. You guys have one action before I'm going to take essentially evasive maneuvers with the Orion barge. so we're kind of
Direct
going to
fire
combat.
snipers?
Just depends on what you guys want to do. They're smaller than you, but they could cause some damage. Just depends how you guys wish to proceed. Depending on whether you get to Starship combat.
Well, it's an attempt to be neighborly. I mean, that's not a salon thing.
So, what is the captain of the Coulson doing?
Go to a yellow alert. Raise our shields. Operation Ops. Hail them.
And on screen appears an Orion. You have no jurisdiction here, Starfleet.
Is this the captain that's actually wanted?
No.
What's the name on the man that's wanted?
It's a woman.
Or a woman? What's the name of the woman who's wanted?
I put it in chat.
Oh,
Tasha.
Tasha. I thought it was the name of the ship.
No.
We are currently in pursuit of a wanted fugitive, a Captain Tasha, who is...
She's clearly not here.
No, not clearly, just not responding to communications. I also have probable cause to believe that your vessel is harboring a kidnapped Federation citizen. We would request that you stand to and allow yourself to be boarded and searched.
Under what grounds other than for a missing person do I have to take this hostile interaction?
I believe I am being relatively polite. I have not fired on you. I have not detained your ship with my tractor beam, and we are having civilized conversation.
Give me presence command difficulty 4. Let's go complication range 2.
Okay. Difficulty 4, you say? I'm looking at Village's character sheet in a while, so I have to look. Failure is not a part of the business of Starfleet? Kind of a stretch, but it's the one I got.
Sure, I guess I'll take it.
Cool. Then I'll spend those 2 momentum for a 3rd die, and so I can activate Cautious Command. And I got anything for focus here. Ooh. Good thing I got a reroll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 gained.
1 gained. He kind of looks at you for a moment. Looks, realizing the situation he's potentially in. A woman, you say? you're looking for? Federation citizen?
That is accurate. The vessel is not very large. We would be quick and thorough and get you on your way.
Let me check my manifest first before I let you to beam over. And
I assure you, I am only looking for the woman. Anything else illegal that you had on you would be out of my jurisdiction, I believe was your words.
he just kind of, you can see he's talking, but you don't hear anything. Like he's muted on the his end. Sorry. Apparently, I don't have such an individual on board. I think they just departed. Have a good day. And closes the channel. The ship goes to warp, and on your sensors, you indicate one escape pod drifting in space.
Tactical, get a tractor beam on that escape pod and bring it aboard. Vogel, track that ship's path in case we need to chase them.
Aye, sir.
Escape pod aboard.
Security, scan the escape pod for explosives and life signs.
There's one humanoid female on board.
Has she identified herself?
We just tracked her in. Do you wish us to open the pod, sir?
Do you have a security team standing by?
Yes, sir.
Then release the individual inside the pod.
Security opens the door and is like, we have her, sir? It's kind of confused. She's demanding to know where she's at. She's very vocal.
Commander, does that sound like your friend?
Sorry, what was the phrase?
Does that sound like your friend, Commander?
Not your phrase, the one right before that.
Oh, very vocal.
Prob. Seems likely.
Head down and welcome our guest.
With pleasure, sir. Now head down to wherever the escape pod is.
You see Faye kind of looked a bit frustrated. You could tell she's got some bruises on her. Sarah, see, you could have told me this was. Look, never mind. Thank you for the rescue. How did you find me?
Well, it appears that your future husband gave us some pretty good intel on where you might be heading.
She gives a slight smile. Thank you.
Speaking of which, you better call him and let him know you're okay. Here's a bit of a basket case.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Terminal?
And I'll just show her to one of the computer consoles there.
And she goes, I assume he's on our ship. She attempts to open a channel to you, Garibaldi.
Yep. Garibaldi will poke his head out from probably under the some engineering panel he's been in as he's been tweaking the engine to get more speed out of it and answer the comm. Filthy and covered in grease. Faye! So how many of them did you kill on your way out?
None, unfortunately, but well, all our marks appeared to be gone. I did give some of them a few broken ribs. Of course, they kind of returned the favor a bit. Thanks to Sarah and her, I guess, shipmates, they managed to rescue me. And thank you for doing your part.
Well, I don't want to think about what I would have done if I couldn't get you back. So I had a rendezvous scheduled with the Coulson. I'm assuming that's where you are.
Yes, I'm on the coast, and they managed to. We're ahead of the ship that I was on, and I guess their commanding officer managed to talk some sense into the rank captain that was in charge of the ship.
Anybody we know?
I think he is just someone else serving another master, though I think he's probably going to be on the run himself. Given the fact he ordered his crew members to throw me an escape pod and jettison it before they ran.
It was probably a wise decision on their choice. Oh. Love you, Faye. I'll be there quickly. I probably need to probably don't want to see what I did to your engine room. So I'm going to put the warp field back the way it was because this is slightly unstable. And I will be at the rendezvous in 2 hours. And then let's go get married. I got a reef right behind me. You got Sarah.
How about you deal with the passengers first, and let's get everything else settled before we rush this? I don't want to elope. I want to do this the proper way.
Okay. As long as you still want to marry me, I'm good.
Yes, I still want to marry you. I just don't really look presentable right now. I probably should see their doctor here. And you see, like, there's some, like, bruising on her face.
I'm gonna kill that guy if I catch him. Ooh, that that warp field symmetry figure is a little out of. I gotta go. Engineering a 3 mostly knows what he's doing.
I'm not gonna make any rolls for you. So, um, yes, with crisis averted yet again, we will head back over to after some time has actually passed. As the big day vastly is upon all of you, Dr. Mountain, you find yourself in the tent with Faye in her lovely wedding gown as you hear the crashing of the waves crash off in the distance.
You look lovely. Hope you have a great night. Great day.
Thank you, Uncle Z.
Yeah, of course. Why am I nervous? You don't even look nervous at all.
I'm the one that's supposed to be nervous and full of butterflies.
I know, right? Anyway, I hope it works out. What am I supposed to do again? I don't remember.
You're supposed to be walking me down the aisle.
Is there supposed to be? Am I supposed to have something? Do I have a ring or something? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Or is that a ring bearer? I'm not
No,
sure.
no, there's.
Never mind. I get it. We got it. I think I got it.
You just need
Anyway,
to walk me down the aisle, and that's all you need to do.
all right. I don't want to make you nervous too. Okay. Anyway, so I only fell down once, but I did some horseback riding back on Niwa. And
We're on Niwa, Uncle Z.
huh? What?
We're on.
Oh,
We're at your
yeah.
home. We're on the beach.
Right.
Are you sure you don't need like an anti-anxiety injection of some kind?
No, that's a good one. No. So, I heard you were on some sort of adventure recently. Is he getting you into trouble for something, or?
That was several weeks ago, and I'm fine. It's okay. It's part of the job hazard that we do.
I understand. Well, I think I miss it actually. You know, it's nice to be on the bridge once in a while to be someplace you haven't been before. I mean, I like the clinic and all, but it feels like it's the same thing. But now that I met the person who runs the ranch and Olivia, and well, that complicates things. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, but I still need to serve. So anyway, if you need my help, let me know. I'm good on a console, or in the engine room, or as a doctor, of course. Anyway, you can count on me, is what I'm saying. Because you're family. They're all family. Everybody in this.
Well, you're the only family member that I'm aware of that's currently not in New Zealand.
Well, that's fair. Did you want to go visit her
No,
at some point in the next month or two,
no.
year or?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, Too soon. I understand. Yeah, you guys are family. You're all family. So, like, they were my crew on the starbase. So, we trust each other. It's a thing. Anyway, welcome to the club, I guess. In one way or the other. Anyway, isn't there supposed to be a wedding or something? Am I
Yes,
holding?
this is the wedding, Uncle Z.
I haven't heard any music, so
Why don't you go? Just send Sarah in and go check on that.
great. I'll go check on Sarah. All right, this'll be fun.
So you head out of the tent.
That was the most awkward Uncle Z I could do. Anyway,
He's nervous. Yeah, we're gonna head over to another tent where Garibaldi is probably talking over with his best man, Arif.
Big man. How nervous are you?
You got the rings, right? You didn't lose the rings, did you? You got the rings.
GQ, I'm not the one who's getting married. I'm the one that's thinking clearly.
But you're the one. You're supposed to have the rings for the ceremony. You got the rings, right?
Here you go. Arif will say, pulling one out of each pocket.
All right, good. Just making sure. Haven't lost anything.
Do you know how many of these I've been to?
For a second there, I almost thought you said, do you know how many of these I've been through? I'm like, well, hopefully not too many.
No, none.
What about Nira?
Well, there's time for that.
Funny, I swear you had married her 200-300 years ago.
Well, to be honest with you, I've always felt the main reason to get married was to show other people you were in a relationship.
That's not right. You Elorians got weird ideas about things.
I don't know if it's us as a species or just me. I think it's just me. But I see really no difference in our relationship, wedding or not. By virtue of time, ours will last longer, but that doesn't make it any more fruitful.
Curious, if an Elorian wedding is fruitful, you live for thousands of years. How long do you have to go before you can kick the kids out?
Well, that's a fair question. To the best of my knowledge, most of the time they're out and about by the late 20s. But it's been a while.
All right, so we got everything right. She's got the dress and the rings and the. I think we're ready to go. Are you ready? I'm ready. I think I'm ready for this. You ready? Clinic says he's ready.
Hey, if you're ready, I'm ready, and you're the important one here. All I have to do is follow and stand. And of course, hold on to these precious rings.
And don't lose the rings, right?
I've shown you that that's not an option.
Well, that's good. Well, I mean that, and you were the one best man I knew who would throw a party that wouldn't involve a brothel.
Well, You're welcome. There's really no point to it. That seems counterproductive.
Never understood why humans do that. It's like you're
Humans,
getting married. You're getting married tomorrow. Let's go tempt you with these young naked women. That doesn't make any sense.
humans are stupid.
Not all of them.
Well, they're young.
There you go. I mean, I like Vogel. The doctor's okay.
Diamonds in the rough.
I mean, his thing about Noodle, he's got a little thing about Noodle's a little much.
Hey, as I've told you, we all have something we're a snob about. Oh, speaking of which, I I suppose I should give you this. Arif will say, pulling a box out of his pocket. Uh, yeah, it took me a little bit to find, but um, well, congratulations, and I will hand Garibaldi the box.
Oh, thank you. I mean, shouldn't I wait until after the? Do I wait till after the wedding?
What color is your suit?
He's wearing a classic tux. It's black, of course.
No, open it now.
All right. Garibaldi will open it. Don't tell Faye I opened one early.
Well, that's okay. This isn't for both of you. This is for you.
No. Garibaldi opened it. What is it?
It is an ancient timepiece, a Grand Seiko watch, black dial.
That must have been hard to find.
It took a few weeks, and well, it was.
Is it Garibaldi? We'll try. Is it the base model, or is it one of those cool ones I saw in the movies that shoot lasers? Just kidding.
Those don't actually exist.
All right. Well, looks good with the looks good with the tux. Let's go get me hitched.
Excellent. And until you do, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna hold these rings in both hands.
Good, because that's your job. Other making sure I find the way to the altar. It's that way, right?
Let's do this.
Doctor, you come out of Faye's tent and you look for Sarah, and you kind of see her, making sure some of the last minute things are all good to go.
Sarah,
Doctor, long time no see.
yeah, it's been a while. How's your command?
It's just the first officer.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Congratulations.
Thank you. How's your clinic doing?
Oh, pretty well. Steady progress. I'm starting to get everything settled and in order, but it's not a steady stream as in a battle. But it does seem to be. I'm not sure. It's worthwhile either way. Glad I can help people.
It's good to hear, Doc.
Yeah. Things are progressing. Is everything in order? Is there a music cue or something that I should think about?
Is there?
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
That's more directed at GM.
Technically, he's supposed to come out with Faye escorting her down the aisle on the music cue. So,
Yes, I believe there is a music queue for you.
All right, good. I don't want to mess it up. All right, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I got in some horseback riding the other day, a few weeks ago. I'm trying to make that a regular practice recently.
Good,
It's fun.
good to know some things have stuck with you.
Yeah, there's a ranch on Niwa nearby, about 10 kilometers away from where the clinic is, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Should stop by sometime and go around a loop or two. They have camping, I think, if you have some leave.
If I get a moment, maybe I'll check it out.
I'm probably keeping you busy. How's Captain Sarek? Tell him my regards. We served together for a while on the Tenchi.
I believe he remembers you, Doc.
Oh, no. Always to the point, but it's worked out for him, so there you go. Do you know how long it's going to be before he looks around and doesn't see Garibaldi? Is the groom around yet? Is the groom here? Has anyone seen the groom?
I believe he's here.
Okay,
I
good.
think he's getting ready.
I'm pretty sure he was eager, so they'll do good. Is duty keeping you away from having some sort of I don't know how to talk about this. Do you have a friend on the ship or at a starbase or something? How's your life doing? How about that?
Sorry, coughing fit.
How's
Sorry,
your life
coughing. It's just been busy. Still seeing Roland.
doing? Oh, good. Hope he's doing well.
He's in charge of your colony.
Ah, yeah, I haven't talked to him recently. Maybe I should stop in and say hi. I guess I'm out of the loop. Anyway, good to see you. Hope your family's doing well.
Should be. Last I was able to speak with him.
Good. Excellent.
Right, Doc, let me see if she's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready when she's ready. I gotta try this to straighten his suit up.
And you enter face the bride's tent. And you see Faye kind of sitting down, holding her bouquet of flowers, and appears to be doing some short breathing exercises. Oh, Sarah, do you have the ring? Or did you get the ring from Arif?
Aren't they supposed to give it at the ceremony?
You're supposed to hand it to me so I... Never mind.
Is everything okay, Faye?
I'm very nervous.
What do you have to be nervous about?
It just feels so surreal.
Why do you say that?
I love him. And yes, I still do want to get married. But he's the only one I've really ever got to really know on this level. But you only live once. And he's been very good to me.
You having second thoughts?
Would you?
I've been more or less focused on my career. Doesn't leave much time for the other things. So I haven't given it much thought.
Tell them I'm ready.
Okay, I'll see you out there.
So do you go and inform the groom
Yeah.
and the best man?
Yep. Sorry, I've been violent coughing for like the last 10 minutes. I'm trying not to talk much.
No, that's all right. Garibaldi and I guess Arif will go stand by whoever's officiating this shindig. There he is.
Dressed in his dressed whites. Standing I would say like at a podium, but at kind of the altar.
Garibaldi will wink over at Sarah. No, doesn't look that bad in a dress uniform.
Well, that's certainly a good point. Too bad both of us are taken, but Well, I was gonna say something about the doc, but I realize she's taken too. Bummer.
Sarah doesn't take the bait.
What was said?
Everybody's saying that Sarah didn't take the bait for him teasing her.
Pretty much. The only thing I heard was something about a dress uniform.
Oh, yeah. Garibaldi said something about the preacher not looking bad in his dress uniform. I guess the officiant.
She'll just raise her eyebrows like she knows.
Then Garibaldi will take a deep breath, calm himself, and wait for the event to begin.
Oh, at some point, feel an encouraging hand on his shoulder.
As the bride to be being escorted by a certain family member, gracefully walk down the aisle toward the altar, holding her bouquet of flowers. She has a slight smile on her face as for the official ceremony. I presume the doctor, let's go, gives
Yeah,
her.
he performs perfectly. He just needed to take a few breaths.
And a couple shots of liquor.
I have a flask here.
As you take your seats, Roland
Congratulations, you two.
clears his throat. Performed by many ship captains before. While I may not be a starship captain, I am the commander of this outpost, and by naval time rights, grants me the ability to officiate the joining of these two, Garibaldi Quinix and Faye Hawkins, in holy matrimony. Long speech that I do not know and did not take the time to look up as he rambles on for for a few minutes. He goes, "Do the two of you have the rings?"
Of course. And Arif will step up and hand them over.
Garibaldi just nods, hands the appropriate one to across the aisle to Vogel.
Vogel, take it.
As he motions for the two of you to step closer, Garibaldi Quinix, will you please repeat after me? I, Garibaldi Quinix.
Garibaldi Clinics.
Take this woman
Take this woman
to be my lawfully wedded wife,
to be my lawfully wedded wife,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
for sickness and health
sickness and health
until death do us apart.
till death do us part.
You may place the ring.
Garibaldi will do it. Calm as a cucumber. At least outwardly.
Faye Hawkins, will you please repeat after me? Oh, here comes the doublespeak. I, Faye Hawkins, take this man, to be my lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, or, I can't talk now, sorry. In sickness and health.
It's okay. It's okay.
In sickness and health. Until death do us part. Until death do us part. You may place the ring. And she places the ring on your finger, Garibaldi. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Garibaldi will happily do so. And he will, Garibaldi will tell his new wife, it's a joined trill. I have been a lot of people, and I have done a lot of things. But none of those things pale to this right now.
And I promise to always have your back, now until forever.
Garibaldi's going to kiss her again, and then we're going to run down the aisle and hit space for the honeymoon. Oh, I suppose I have to wait for the party and the dancing thing. Unfortunately, Garibaldi doesn't have a former host that was a dance instructor. It could be awkward.
Sure, you'll figure it out.
Anything after the ceremony you guys wish to do?
Congratulations.
Arif wouldn't mind getting a tonic water and stopping by any festivities if they are to happen, and otherwise he'll nod, thinking once again a job well done, and head to a ship.
Roland steps slightly close to you, Vogel. Well, how'd I do?
Almost seems like you've done this before.
First time. Though I've been practicing with the counselor a lot. You look very beautiful, I might add.
Thank you. You don't look half bad yourself.
It's only the dress uniform. I might look a little swabby in a tuxedo, I think. course, wedding traditions on my home world are, well, a lot different. They involved crystals and dancing and lots of herbal smoke.
Must be a sight to see.
It is. One of my family members gets well, hitched. I'm invited. Maybe I'll take you along, if you want.
Sounds like a date.
And he kind of holds out his arm. Shall we go to the after party?
You read my mind.
And the two of you walk down the aisle as headed towards the party. Now, what is everybody wanting to do?
I imagine Garibaldi and Faye enjoy the reception and stay for the socially appropriate amount of time before sneaking out the back door and headed to their honeymoon, headed to planet Atlantis. We gotta have the first dance and do the cake thing, the garter belt thing. And she's got to do the throwing the bouquet over her shoulder thing.
I mean, do I want to make the single guys in the room make a roll to see who catches the garter and then the women catch the bouquet? Should I do that?
It could be random.
I think Vogel should have to make a fitness security roll to either catch or avoid the bouquet, depending on her preference there.
Oh, definitely avoid.
Second.
Okay, so garter belt. Okay. So yeah, in human or ancient human tradition, at this point, for marriage, yeah. So, who's avoiding? Is a
You
wreath
said
avoid?
garter, right?
Yeah, it's the garter belt. So, no.
I'll participate.
Are you avoiding a reef?
Oh.
Are you trying to catch it?
I'm certainly not trying to. I'll be honest, I'm not trying to catch it. I'm not trying to avoid it. I'm just looking at this whole superstition with amusement. So I guess that leads towards avoid.
Both of you make a fitness con. It's going to be opposed. You can roll flat if you want.
Yeah, if it lands near me. Fitness con.
I'm fine with that. Let's see, fitness con. I'm not good. I'm guessing I do not have a focus, so.
I thought it was Bachelor's Reef.
He's
Okay,
not
I'll
married.
wait.
He's not married, so.
Oh, well,
a reef, high or low? Because you're trying to avoid.
Low.
Out of reflex, you almost catch it, and then you quickly draw away as Rowan snatches and snatches the grab. Like, you know, kind of shows that he is a little victorious.
Good work, chap. Looks like you deserved it.
Okay.
Kind of awkwardly smiles. And as the I might have made the trip out there.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there's a couple other women in there. Vogel, Samuel, Fitness Con. It's not rolling. Should have changed that. That is Lane.
She either kung fu avoided that or grabbed it, shoved someone out the side.
That was Annika. No, Lane. It actually just happened to land on her, and she's and it kind of shoves it to someone else. Shoves it over to Annika. Annika just kind of looks very awkward holding the bouquet as she kind of just walks away.
Golf clap. Congrats. Good luck.
Well, if that works the way it's supposed to, Sarah, you're gonna. Looks like you might have to do the bridesmaid thing again.
Or the other one.
I don't pay much heed into these old superstitions.
Yeah, well, they're fun once in a while, right?
It's
You never
tradition.
know.
I mean, it's not tradition on Trill, but it's a tradition.
I mean, it's working.
Well, I thank everyone for coming and supporting us.
Of course.
We're,
Congratulations.
It was my honor.
we plan to start a life together and try not to get shot too often. Or if you ever convince that friend of yours, that woman of yours, to leave Starfleet, could join us in the bounty hunting business.
Oh, well, there's news on that. I actually did, which is quite nice. As soon as our current mission ends. But I told you all it would take was one more time. But that being said, I'd prefer it if you joined us in the, well, calm life business.
Well, we'd have to talk about that. I mean, we like helping people.
So do we. You don't need to thrust yourself into danger to do it. You both have a family now.
Well, call it family business.
You
You
can
should
always
think about that bar idea. A lot of people knew could use a nice place to hang out.
true, Doc, but if I remember correctly, it was your clinic Arif brought those traffic people to.
Yeah.
It's not a bad way to live, rescuing people.
I won't deter you, that's for sure.
It's not a very good way to die, however, so please remember that and be extra safe.
We could always hire a few extra hands, get a bigger ship. So we're not
Yeah.
always in the line of fire.
And you never know, maybe the Orion Syndicate is still around and might even try to
Oh.
capture you or something.
I think they're still around.
So be extra cautious.
Listen, if you need a loan to get a bigger ship before you get the bounties done, if it'll keep you guys safer, well, consider that my wedding gift.
Gonna mooch off of your ship when we need more space.
Of course, why don't it after the honeymoon phase? Why don't you two, well, move in?
We'll talk about it. I mean, that's not a decision. We're gonna make that kind of decision together. That's part of what the whole marriage thing's about.
Well, I agree. That's why we're discussing it together.
I would kind of like to enjoy my honeymoon first before we talk shop.
That is an excellent idea.
Of course.
And
Too soon, Arif. Let 'em
and
have
with
their
that, my
fun.
friends, we're gonna head out. It's a long flight to the Atlantis world, New Atlantis.
You know what? Why not? As you do, reaches into his suit pocket, and a couple moments later, you feel assaulted with small little pellets of rice.
You're not supposed to throw it at them. You're supposed to toss it in the air.
Well,
It'd be easier to dodge if you threw it in the air.
Keeping on your toes.
Well, with that, Garibaldi and Faye are going to exit stage left.
You take good care of her now, you hear?
I would do nothing less, Doc.
And I mean it. Congratulations.
As we transition to the final scene, with our would-be honeymooners relaxing on a beach head, drinking, well, margaritas and what other assortments. For an ocean planet, it is quite charming.
It's quiet. It's nice.
Oh, I signed us up for that scuba thing tomorrow. Do deep sea diving through a bunch of buildings underwater. Who knows what we might discover?
Well, that'd be fun. Now, are we doing scuba or are we doing deep sea diving? Are those different things?
Deep sea, deep sea. Tanks, the whole nine yards.
I don't think we've ever done that before.
I know it's exciting. Half the time we're in space.
This is good.
She takes a sip of her drink. It's like, well, I seem to be empty. I'm gonna go get a refill.
I'm going to go with you. You're not getting out of my sight for a long time, woman.
I highly doubt there's anything here to kidnap me, hurt me. I'll be fine. Can I get you anything?
Another margarita would be good.
I'll get you a margarita. And the next time, you get the drinks. She walks through the sand back towards the little tiki bar.
Everybody will watch her the entire way. And hey, he enjoys watching her walk away. Well, parts of it anyway. It's a small bikini. I mean, wish not to look.
As you watch her lovely bride, well, wife, another woman just sort of walks by, kind of walks by you down the beachhead, and you notice that she drops something near you.
I think you dropped something.
She just kind of ignores you and keeps walking.
Yeah, your body will look.
As you look, you notice that it appears to be some sort of small pad of some kind.
You're able to pick it up and activate it. Still keeping an eye on Faye. Hand under the beach pillow near his phaser. I'm sorry.
Good morning, Mr. Quiddix. I trust your holiday is going well. The current internal conflict with the Romulan government is accelerating. As a former Tal official, Barak is currently in opposition with Sheila over control over the government. One of our operatives who has infiltrated Barak's operation has gone missing after leaking some information of a triad of black market dealings with the Klingon House, Torga, and the Orion Syndicate. Our agent, codenamed Midnight, had a data cache stored on Rhymeless. Your mission, if you choose to accept, is to infiltrate the Romulan government and retrieve the data cache stored before it falls into the hands of the Tal Shiar. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. And with that, we'll bring an end to Deep Space 17.